Welcome to Tamara Tattletales. I'm Tamara, and I spill the tea on your favorite reality stars. Since its early episodes, Married at First Sight Season 13 has had a lot of rumors swirling around, so I thought I'd put this video together to compile all the rumors I could think of that are floating around out there. So keep in mind that these are rumors and allegations. Some are likely to be true, others are suspects. So let's get into it. Let's start with Jose and Rachel. Their current relationship status. Together. At the beginning of the season, it was rumored that they were broken up. However, after Decision Day, these fans have allegedly seen them together as a couple. In these comments, someone says, "They will not make it. I hope she bolts. Something is not right with him. Don't know yet what other than he's controlling, but there's something else not right with that man. You're very wrong. Just saw them yesterday in our neighborhood. Happy as can be." And then someone else wrote, "My friends live in Houston and are at the Astro game. They said they spotted Jose and Rachel and they kissed." And then another viewer wrote this. "My friend and her fiance just saw Jose and Rachel at the Cancun airport. Maybe one couple makes it after all. I asked if she took a picture." This is a text between the person who wrote that comment and her friend. She asked, "Did you say hi?" That's what we were thinking. We stood there for a good 4 minutes before I was like, we gotta just say hi. He had his Mr. Honeymoon hat on and I was like, "I'm so sorry to bug you, but we were literally watching you last night before bed and we're rooting for you, LOL. I was so awkward. I didn't know what to say." And she jokingly goes, "Oh really? You're on his side? Really?" And I was like, "We haven't finished the episode yet." We all laughed though. And he was like, "Well, clearly, we made it," but he was telling us last night was intense and they get super bad edits, but he appreciates the love and support. As for Jose, according to this viewer, he was spotted doing a modeling job at a rodeo for free and Gil kicked on his boots and joined in the fun. So it's not clear if Gil modeled too or was he just there to cheer on Jose. Speaking of Gil, let's get into Gil and Myrla. Are they currently together? No! So this is according to blogger MAFS fan and this fan who created this post. "So I went to college with one of Gil's friends, groomsmen, and asked him flat out, 'Do they last?' He laughed and said, 'Not even close.' His exact words were, 'She's awful. They set my boy up for failure.' I just knew I didn't like Myrla. Poor Gil. He deserved better." So recently, there was a semi-big controversy that Gil was on Twitter dropping hints about his marriage by posting and retweeting negative tweets that are against Myrla. In August, he allegedly tweeted, "When you truly thought, yeah, this is it." Then he retweeted these tweets. "Imagine falling in love with somebody who doesn't care about you at all. Myrla is already on my nerves. Bao and Myrla are annoying as hell. You ungrateful hoes needed help finding a man. Calm down and go with the flow." Myrla is very uptight to be on a reality show. Girl, you do know you're on a reality show, right? Meanwhile, her soon-to-be husband, Gil, is totally out there extrovert. I can see her disgust already. Ciao. Damn you, Married at First Sight Lifetime. I was wondering who you guys decided to screw over for ratings this season. Sorry, Gil. Stay strong, buddy. These tweets and retweets are dated July and August of 2021. They were discovered in October. However, within a day or two of the discovery, this account was deleted. Then he created a new Twitter account. After that account was detected, it was promptly deleted too. Is it Gil? It's possible that he got in trouble with production for the tweets, so he deleted his accounts. Or is this an imposter? As for Myrla, someone wrote, "I saw Myrla out at brunch Sunday. She walked in carrying a small dog. Talk about a complete 180. And the dog's name is Portia." It is also rumored that Myrla has no love for Bao, and that was demonstrated on Unfiltered, where Myrla agreed with Johnny about Bao never being accountable for her actions. Take a look.
I hear Bao say she's trying to be accountable. That is the last thing she's ever been.
Note Myrla's eye roll and that she finished Johnny's sentence regarding Bao never being accountable. Now, very early on in the season, like around the second or third episode, Myrla was spotted online attempting to sell her wedding dress for $6,490. She claims it retails for $9,100. Now, as of the date of this video, it has not been sold. So all you brides out there, don't all jump at once. Now, another viewer posted this little nugget of info. A friend of mine works in the apartments that the couple stayed, and she said only Gil and Myrla were the only ones that actually stayed there every day. The other couples came in when it was time to film. Now, this made me think of the episode where Rachel was locked out and knocked on all the cast members' doors for help, but no one answered. I wonder if they didn't answer because they weren't sleeping in their apartments. Moving on to Michaela and Zack. If you've been watching this season or following my channel, I believe their current status is not a secret. They split up. These two are a hot mess together, so I don't believe anyone is sitting in disbelief over these two parting ways. And if you saw my wife swap video, then you already know that Zack and Bao are a couple. As for Michaela, a viewer claims to have had a Michaela sighting. I saw Michaela at Del Fresco's in the Galleria last night. I saw her while waiting for the valet. She got into a black Range Rover. Whoever she was with definitely wasn't Zack. This dude was handsome and tall. Not saying Zack isn't handsome and tall, but sis definitely has good taste. Haha. They seemed very cozy, and she had a big ass smile on her face. He had his hand on the nape of her back as she got in. Okay, Michaela girl, get your tall, dark, and handsome on. Just don't get all hurricane-y on him. Another Michaela rumor is that she did not get along well with the other wives. Note that a certain someone is absent from this photo. Coincidence? Now, for a living, Michaela is a realtor. A viewer decided to dive into her realtor background, and this is what they discovered. I live in Houston and looked her up. She's had her license since 2017, but only sold 3 houses, 2 in 2019, 1 in 2018, and she did 1 lease agreement in September of 2021. I'm not sure her career was going great before the show. Now, Zack has hopped on Reddit a few times to defend his honor. People like myself have admonished him for continuing to have sex with Michaela throughout the course of their marriage. Here are Zack's posts on that topic. Hey guys, it's actually Zack. I know from what you've seen and have been shown, you want to make this assumption, and I don't blame you, but in honesty, it's not the case whatsoever. By the end of this episode, we have had sex only 1 time, right before I got COVID. I cannot say much else, obviously, but I look forward to proving my statements and speaking with you guys after the show finishes airing. Thank you. Please stop assuming we are being intimate. We are not. Take a look at the Unfiltered for episode 10 at my comments towards the end of the Unfiltered. My sentiments have remained largely the same as of the conclusion of last night's episode. Thank you.
We're not intimate right now just because of everything that has happened, so we're not, sleeping in the same bed or kissing or holding hands.
Hi guys. This will be my last time I address this until after the show. I'm doing this strictly for my mental health. As of the conclusion of episode 14, we are and have not been intimate since before I got COVID. This includes all forms of intimacy. I look forward to proving this after the show. This is indeed Zack. I'm really new to Reddit, so I don't know how to confirm this, but I will, and we'll see if I can do a AMA with you guys after the show. Thanks. Have a great weekend. So here's what I have to say about that. When Zack and Michaela were discussing their sleeping arrangements prior to arriving at the couples retreat, he asked Michaela if they were going to sleep in the same bed and said he was excited when Michaela said yes. She asked him why he was excited, and he said because we always have fun. Given the poor communication they both admit to having, it doesn't sound like he was referring to them laying in bed, talking, giggling, and braiding each other's hair all night. I don't know if I believe you on this one, Zack. He claims to have proof. Maybe he has text messages where they're discussing not having sex. As for Brett and Ryan, their current relationship status? Not together. With each episode, these two seem to grow further apart. Rumor has it that Ryan currently has a girlfriend. Ryan has been lurking on Reddit and making little comments here and there. On Reddit, someone noted that he and Zack had the same shirt and wore them on the same episode. This is Ryan's response. I bought 2 of them while Zack and I were watching the Masters. A reviewer replied to the same thread with, in light of the dating app revelation, you should leave the subreddit. Those of us that defended you feel betrayed. And then Ryan replies, you'll regret that comment soon enough. Here are a few more comments that Ryan replied to. Ryan was annoyed with Michaela and he wasn't having any of it. I think he was frustrated because he was so close in getting Zack to stay, was talking with Zack to de-escalate everything, and then Michaela came out and Mount St. Helen everywhere. Ryan replies, exactly the case. Someone else says, man up as you say and get real. What's the deal with wanting a model type wife? Looks fade and tits and asses sag, especially if you want her having your kids. Ryan replies, that phrase has never come out of my mouth once. People making assumptions to my type has seemingly made that a fact. So there was this other thread that someone created where someone wrote, all right, what's Johnny going to have an absolute meltdown about this week? And Bao hops on and says, she keeps the fridge too stocked with food. And then Ryan replies to Bao, grow up, Bao. And then Bao replies, wake up, Ryan. And then someone else commented about how Bao and Ryan are going at each other through Reddit. Bao replies, aw, Ryan's a sweetheart and great friend, just some playful jabs. Johnny and Bao, their current relationship status? Lit. No surprise there. Allegedly, Johnny has a new girlfriend, or at the very least, he's back on the dating scene as he was spotted on a date at the park. I found Bao chiming into a viewer on Reddit regarding Showergate. Here's a link to an approved interview addressing Showergate. Our conversations are chopped and edited. I never once skipped a shower during the MAFS process and changed to showering at night, sometimes twice a day to appease my husband. I wish the context of our conversation was kept intact. I spoke in reference to sad times in the past where I had sometimes skipped the shower, particularly around the height of COVID spread in Houston. I was not in a good mental place with lots on my mind, deaths of loved ones, elderly parents' health, hashtag Black Lives Matter, hashtag Stop Asian Hate, and managing the aftermath of the shutdown of our career research enterprise in Houston and downsizing our lab. The post-gym shower skipping question was also in part of a hypothetical test to see if he'd be flexible at all. Nope. Meanwhile, there has been a big rumor swirling around Johnny that he was on Reddit creating posts and responding to threads defending himself but talking in the third person. In other words, pretending to be someone else. And here's the thing, the only posts this user wrote were in defense of Johnny. Let me read you a few excerpts. Bao is annoying. He jumped out of a plane for her and she can't invite him to yoga or give him credit for helping with dinner. She sucks and I'm of everyone acting like they would date her. She is the worst kind of person to date because it's always about her and she can never be wrong. Everything that is her flaw is traumatic in some way or another. She has no emotional intelligence or expression. Maybe she should have worked on her childhood traumas in counseling before projecting onto a stranger that turned out to be someone who obviously rejected her for a good reason before. I don't see what has been cruel in any of their talks other than the I don't like her as a person and I want to be matched with literally anyone else. Whole convo with Pastor Cal. But I understand why he said that and even admitted he didn't mean it later. He wanted to calm down and didn't know they were meeting with him. He told Pastor Cal how he was feeling and immediately was told not to feel that way. How is that helpful? Not one time has anyone told Bao she needs to work on anything. It has just been, Johnny, you need to get over that. So Johnny tries and Bao remains the same. So whenever he does anything, he feels like he is wrong because he isn't getting anything that he needs from her when he asks. She consistently tries to make things about the way she is. Classic case was yesterday. Johnny said he wanted to improve their trust, communication, and friendship. Bao says, I disagree. This is a marriage, not a friendship. She took it like he is saying he wants to be only friends when he clearly meant he wanted to have fun sometimes and get to know each other more. And it was working with the dates she planned. Everyone says he is abusive. But he didn't sleep with her because he wants to still have that emotional connection, and he feels she betrayed him with lying in public. He literally said with a smile that they were little animals in the room making noise. He had no idea she had been made fun of in the past about snoring. Have you ever slept in the same room of someone who snores? You can't sleep. What exactly was he supposed to say at that moment without previous knowledge of her snoring? I'd really like to know. He could not have said it any way that anyone would have found acceptable, and that's my point. A lot of those are almost verbatim complaints that Johnny has had about Bao, either on the show or on Unfiltered. Meanwhile, after Redditor called this poster out and accused him of being Johnny, this account was deleted. Now, earlier in the season, someone created this post. I dated someone on this season of Married at First Sight. Watching this show is bizarre. We only dated for a few months, but for this person, that's quite the long relationship. Regardless, it's super strange to see the same issues we had played out on television for all to see. At the same time, incredibly validating that the issues aren't entirely me. For what it's worth, I do genuinely enjoy this person, and I will not speak poorly of them. Someone guessed that it was Johnny, and she confirmed it. Then the questions started flowing, and she was pretty candid. Let's look at a few of the questions and answers. What was one of your red flag about him? We were always with his friends. I think over the course of those months, we had solo dates about 3 to 4 times. His friends are absolutely amazing, and I love them. Warm, friendly, and always accepting of me. I had a great time with them, but it's hard to really build and grow a relationship with someone if you don't spend time alone together. Who dumped who? He dumped me. I'm not perfect enough. Haha. Do you feel like you dodged a bullet? I hope you moved on quickly. I mean, I'm glad you don't have anything bad to say about him. However, he seems pretty cruel towards Bao. In my honest opinion, I hope he didn't hurt your confidence. Yes and no. When we were together, he didn't act this way, but at the same time, I think this behavior on the show has been pretty icky at times, to put it mildly. At the time, he did hurt my pride and confidence a bit. He judged me for one of my main insecurities as well. He actually got upset with me while he was breaking up with me because I didn't give him the reaction he wanted. I kept my cool and revealed no emotions. Not his ideal, LOL. Oh yes, he absolutely believes the issue is with the women. He never told me a number, but I had seen him on the dating apps for a long time because I was also on them, LOL. And he is incredibly charming, so I knew he dated often. I never really got to see another side of him. Most of my experience with him was pretty great, but I definitely understand where you are coming from, especially taking MAFS into account. I've seen a lot going around on here about him potentially being gay, but I can say with 100% certainty that that is not the case. Also not a virgin, which I also think is a funny assessment of his character. Can you allude to a general category of the imperfection he cited when he ended it? Like, did he think you weren't a physical or a sexual match? A personality match? You didn't shower once after a workout? Would love any context you're comfortable providing. I don't think it was a physical sexual issue. In my heart of hearts, I think it was a money issue. I have none, LOL.